Hi, guy. How are you? Can you hear me? Hello? I can't hear you. Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. Good. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Can you see me, or do I need? Oh,
Yeah.
there you are.
No, no. Yeah, I can't see you. Yep.
Hang on. I'll see if I can get it to come on for you a second. There you go. There you go. Right, we're
Hey.
all good. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Same here. Same here.
So, if you can do the screen there,
Yeah. Yep.
I'll be able to show you.
Yep. I'll do that now. I think it's here.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I go on to,
So I can give you the control if you want.
oh yeah, if you can, that would be good.
Yep. I think. Uh, Come on. Where is that? Or do you get the option to request for a control? I think you will.
Yeah, I don't know. Says view options. You're viewing. Sorry, screen. That's about it, really. I don't know. So you're on the knowledge base thing now. I can talk you through what to do. So
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
if you click on the little speech bubble thing on the right hand side where you've got the pop up thing and all the different people that are online, that minimizes it so you haven't got it there. So go down.
Oh,
That's on for-
uh, yep,
go back to your dashboard. Yeah.
yep, yep.
Okay.
Makes
So
sense.
you can minimize that if that keeps popping up and irritating.
Yeah, yep,
Minimize it. So your dashboard normally says things like what invoices are outstanding, when they're
yep,
due, if they've been paid, all that sort of stuff. So you can keep track of what you've been paid and all that type of thing.
yep,
Um, so if you click on the next one down, leads.
yep.
So if you click on the first one at the top, it says view or edit. So
Mm-hmm.
if you click on view, it shows you
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. If you click edit, you can make, bless
Sorry.
you.
Yep.
No, you're right. So if you click edit, it
Mm-hmm.
make changes. So if you click in edit there, I'll show you. Okay.
Yep.
So we know we won't bother changing anything at the moment, but if you've made contact with the person, then the drop down box there where it says status on the left hand side where it says hot lead,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a load of different options there. So
Yep.
you would just select whatever happened. So if it's a temp call one, you just called it once, it rang out, you didn't get hold
Yep.
of it, and you just change it to that and then press save. That'll
Yep.
update on the system. Then when we come and look at your leads and what's happening, we
Mm-hmm.
look at a glance and say, oh yeah, he's called those people. He hasn't called these ones because it still says hot
Yep.
lead, basically. So you've got next to it the source. So that normally tells you where the leads come from, if it's come from Google or domain or wherever, like
Yep. Okay.
referral. There's loads of different things, different websites that we use, all sorts of stuff.
Right.
There's lots of different things there. So that normally tells you where it's come from.
Yep.
Into reference. You've got tags in there, so that tells you the month where when it was uploaded, what
Mm-hmm.
project number it is. So it's number 57.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to find it on the
Yep.
project.
Yep.
So if you scroll down, you'll have the person's name, email address, phone number.
Yep.
If you go to right to the bottom, you should have some notes, hopefully.
Yep.
So let's say they're looking for properties in a certain area, or it'll just be their contact information or something like that,
Yep.
and what they're looking to buy. And then you've got, lot number, whatever it was in Victoria. So when you're going through this,
Mm-hmm.
how you'll find the information on everything will be under projects. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
click off this. I'll show you projects. Hopefully
Okay.
you've got a couple of projects. I haven't done them all yet for you, so it's like over.
Yep.
So you click on projects. Okay, so you've only got a handful at the moment, but I'll be adding the rest of it today and tomorrow. And
Yep. That's fine.
so if you scroll down, you'll see like you've got all these people's pictures next to the projects and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all the different people that have got access to this particular project.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then what you would do for that one, for example, is you would look up project 57, which I don't think you probably, I probably haven't got that yet.
Yep. Yep.
I'll
Okay.
make sure you've got it. You click on the project. So we'll just use, let's do Thomas Paul Constructions as an example. So if you scroll down a bit further, you see Thomas
Yep.
Paul Constructions, number 10, click on view. Okay, and then that'll open it up. So now you can see, if you scroll down the page a little bit, you can see it's project number 10, the name of the company,
Yep.
where they normally build, New South Wales. You've got the tag there.
Mm-hmm.
They do house and land packages predominantly. That's what they do.
Yep.
Now, if they've got a portal where it shows their stock and everything,
Mm-hmm.
you put the link in the description there.
Yep.
So you can copy and paste that link into a web browser,
Yep.
log in with the username and password under there, and then check the stock without having to ring them up. So if the stock's not there or whatever, then you would ring up the account manager. Account manager's details is normally on there as well. So you've got Brad. You should have his number. Now, if you're missing anybody's phone number or contact information, just let me know.
Sure.
You have their phone number and their email address and all that sort of stuff there.
Sure.
So yeah. So then if it didn't show on their portal, or they might not have a portal anymore, or whatever the situation is, bring up the account manager and you just say, look, I've got somebody who's interested in buying in this location. Have you still got stock available? If you haven't got stock there, are there any other areas that you can suggest that are near to that you might be able to source something for me? And they'll tell you what they've got and what they haven't got. And then basically you go back to the client then and say, yes, that's still available, or no, it isn't, or I've got this alternative thing I can send you. So that's pretty much it. So you've got their contact information there. So if we go back up to the top, and let's go to, we'll go to knowledge base so I can show you where all the different training stuff is. So go to the bottom and yeah, click on knowledge base. So have a quick look at that. Okay, so at the top there, you've got completed white label brochures. Click on that. That'll take you to a link for Dropbox.
Yep.
In there is Aaron, the bloke, our IT bloke in America, who does marketing stuff for us. He's gradually adding white labeled brochures. So those are brochures with, it doesn't mention the name of the builder or the developer. It just says My Real Estate Advisor on it, or it's blank. So then, what you do then is you take that form, download it off the Dropbox, email it to the client. So they might want to see a floor plan and some pictures and some stuff. You send that off to them. If they're happy, they want to go ahead and they want to buy it. You've confirmed you've got the stock with the builder. They've seen the floor plans and everything else. They're happy. Then you do the expression of interest form. I'll send to you. So we have our own expression of interest form. You build that in with the client over the phone. So you ring them up and say, okay, you told me you're interested in buying this property. I've got to secure it now off the builder. So you have to take your details down, put it into a form and send it off to the builder for you. So the form is very basic. So it's just name, address, contact details, and if they've got an accountant or a solicitor, you put the accountant's details. If they haven't got one, then you Google where they are, find a local and just put the name down of a local accountant, because it's up to them to sort their accountant out and everything else.
Right.
So yeah, if you scroll down, I'm not quite sure if the expression of interest form's on here somewhere. It should be. It'll say EOI form or something like that. There's a ton of different stuff on here. It might be on page 2 or something. Click on page 2, just have a quick look, see if it's there. Go up a sec. No. Well, while we're on page 2 though, what I will point out to you is the 7-day course is on page 2. So you scroll up a little bit. Okay,
Yeah,
stop.
new 7-day training course.
Yeah, so if you click on that,
Mm-hmm.
you can use my login and you can just watch all the videos in sequence. And
Okay.
it doesn't take 7 days. We just called it that because people could do it over 7 days.
Yep.
You can do it in 2.5 hours, I think.
Yep.
You've got a link there to
Mm-hmm.
do it. You've got a password and all the other stuff. So you can just click on there and log into it as me. I've already done the course, so you can skip bits if you want to. But that's a good starting point for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you go back and scroll down again, so we'll see if we've got the expression of interest form in it. If we haven't, then I'll email it to you anyway. I tend to send it to people when they first start anyway, so they've got it.
EOI form.
EOI form, that's what you're looking for, yeah. So click on view and it'll show you what it looks like. And then explain what it is. Yeah, so it's just basically just the contact details, if they've got a guarantor or not, stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
It's pretty basic. It's pretty basic. We've got a new version of it as well. This is just the basic thing.
And then, so say for example, and that one lead which we were looking at, it's in officer. She looked at that, and so then, do I get the white label brochure for that particular plan, or is just a generic?
No, there's normally a white label brochure for each thing.
Okay.
If it's something that's a bit unusual, then you could send them. Let's say, for example, they might want to look at other builders in the same area, because we've got builders that compete against each other in the same location sometimes.
Right.
We can say let's say if it was a house and land package, you could send through a 422 standard low set one and just say, look, is that design the sort of thing that you like?
Yep.
As an example. And if they come back with, yes, I really like that, but I would like the floor plan slightly different, and go, okay, well, tell us what you'd like changing. We'll talk to the builders and see which one can do it for the breast.
Okay.
And then you just go back to the builders then and you talk to them and see which one can do it. So if you go back to your list of stuff on Knowledge Base, I've also put the builders' email addresses in. So if you want to send a group email out, if you're stuck, I think it's on page 1 as far as I can remember. So you go back to page 1, go up to the top. Yeah, builders.
Builder and developer similar file state.
Yeah, so we'll keep adding to this all the time as we take new builders on. As we're taking new builders on, we'll take their email address and we'll put it into this. So then what you can do is you can copy and paste this into your address bar, send a generic email and say, I've got people looking in these areas. Can you help me?
Right.
I'll just email you and say, yes, I've got stock, or no, I haven't got anything, or whatever. But you can send a generic group email out there, not save you a lot of time, save you a lot of ringing round and everything.
Yeah, that's true. And then what do you think it's better? So like I'm using my personal email. So do I get any email from with your domain, like my real estate advisor, or?
You can do. We've got a couple of IT guys. They don't really specialize in email. I've got to find some to do the emails because that's not really their forte. But yeah, I mean, we've had people set up a Gmail account and they've just called it, first name, MERA@gmail.com. That's normally available. But you
Mm-hmm.
email the IT bloke and say, look, mate, can you set an email up for me, or can you recommend somebody that can set a business email address up for me and get a proper one set up? Because I've got quite a few people that have been using their own email or a work email that's
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really have anything to do with this, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So then that's fine. I'll just in my Gmail, I'll create a new Gmail with
Yeah,
some sort of a real estate thing, and then.
yeah. It's probably better in the long run to have a proper business email address.
Mm,
But I've just got to find a decent company that can host them, basically. Uh,
right. Right.
I just haven't had time. I've just been too busy with all this. But yeah, uh,
And then I can see some cold call scripts as well, which will guide me through what should I be
yeah.
talking.
So
Okay.
there's quite a lot of stuff on there. Yeah, there's video training. There's cold calling scripts. There's
Mm,
information about there's how to do a finance call. There's credit wipe services. You can see there. You've got hashtags to use on social media and all that type of thing as well.
right. Right. Right.
The other
Yeah.
thing,
So.
sorry, go
Yep.
on.
No. No. Go. Go. Sorry.
Well, what I was going to say is the other thing that you can do if you go onto our listing website,
Yeah.
you can share the stock that's on that listing website, and there's literally probably maybe 1,000 or 2,000 properties sitting on that site at any one
Yep.
time. So
Yep.
if you're trying to promote yourself and say, I'm working with my real estate advisor, I've got access to a lot of stock, then you start
Yep.
putting things on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram,
Mm,
what you want to do, but you can use the links there, and then that way people can see that you know you're highly active in real estate. You've got a lot going on, and that
yep.
will help you get a bit of a following,
Mm-hmm.
people to you, because if you can put up 10 properties in a row every week or whatever you want to
Mm-hmm.
do, or one
Mm-hmm.
every other day, people's perception of you is that this person must be amazing at real estate. Look, we've listed another one and another one and another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Makes sense. Makes sense.
That sort of that overwhelming amount of stock gives you an edge over any normal real estate agent that's out there, because
Yep.
they're, even if they're really good real estate agents, they might be doing one or two deals every month. They might do
Mm-hmm.
three, but they won't do 10.
Mm.
If
True.
they
True.
do, if they did 10 sales a month, normal residential deals, they'd be one of the best real estate agents in the country. You know what I mean?
True. True.
The
True. True.
average is one to two. So if you come into this environment and you're putting all this stuff out there,
Mm.
get noticed one way or another. So whether or not you're going to do the buyer's agent stuff, end up doing some normal residential sales
Mm-hmm.
yourself, or you're selling stuff off the plan, the more you
Mm-hmm.
put out there, the better it is for you. And it's
Yeah.
pretty
So I
cool.
Yeah, I think for me it's better if I pose myself as a property consultant, as you're saying,
Yeah,
which is, having, okay, I've got access to this stock. Hey, there's a new house and land package coming in this area or whatever.
that's right. Yeah, and you just show examples of the sort of things that you sell. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's pretty much it, really. There isn't much more to it. There's the expression of interest that I'll send to you.
Yeah, please send me the expression of interest, and then so in the expression of interest, example, they say on the phone initially, they say, oh yeah, we will have a look. I send them the plans and stuff. After 2 days, I give them a call. They say, yeah, it looks cool. We would like to go ahead or whatever.
Mhm.
Then I send them the expression of interest form where they just have to put their details, and it will have my details and the builder details,
Yeah,
and then it's off to the builder, basically.
yeah. Sometimes a builder will have their own version of the expression of interest form they'll want you to use.
Okay.
Ours is a bog standard that you can just fill in so you've got it, and it's something to
Uh,
send without mentioning the builder. Because if
Right.
you've got to be very careful, you don't mention the builder until you've got the expression of interest form back off them. So you use ours to start off with to get the
Mm.
information you need,
Mm-hmm.
and you can transfer the information to the builder's express
Form.
form, because it's only name and address and phone numbers and stuff. It isn't complicated. So you transfer the information across to that, and then you send it straight off to the builder, and then the
Yep.
builder follows up and then organises the contracts and everything else.
Right. So just in case example, if someone asks me, yeah, so who's the builder is building this one? So then how should I tackle that?
If they ask you directly, like who's the builder, you say we don't just deal with one builder. I'm putting it out to tender to see who comes back with the best price.
Okay.
I'm probably going to line you up with 3 different builders, and then I'm going to come back with some more options for you, because I would always say we don't just work with one builder, we work with multiple builders.
Yep.
And you
Okay.
can rattle off whatever names you want, but you say, look, it's at the end of the day, the company's there to act as an advisory service for you to do the best deal. So
Right.
I'm gonna, because they might, you might be in a situation where Thomas Paul Constructions is more expensive than G Developments or somebody.
Yep.
They're both building in the same area, and the client's gone to get the finance, and they haven't quite got as much money as they thought they had to play with.
Right.
Okay, well, look, I think I'll talk to G Developments because I think they can do a slightly better price, even if it's 10 grand or 20 grand. The difference between them being able to buy the property. So then, yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Because once you've done that, you've sort of sidestepped that question. But it's one person or the other, because if it becomes more complicated, then it won't just be one builder you'll talk to.
Right. True. And then they don't have to pay any 1,000 deposit to me, right? Like it's just when
that's for the builder. So the builder takes the deposit and it goes into their account, or the developer's trust account, or the landowner's trust account. We don't do any trust accounting. We don't take any payments like that at all.
Right.
We just
put
them with the builder.
Yep.
And then the builder does the rest. They organize the contracts and all the deposit payments and everything else.
Right. So, and say for example, this person have done the inquiry last week. I'm calling them today for lot 604, right? And they say, oh yeah, we like all that stuff. We want to go ahead. So then before I send them expression of interest, do I need to verify with the developer there that lot is available and all that stuff, or how it works?
I would be on the safe side. I'd send an email saying 64, is it still available, or check the stock lists on the portal and just check it. Sometimes the portals are really good and they're up to date. Sometimes, so I think as a courtesy, I'd probably just send an email to the developer just to say, look, I have got a buyer lined up for 67 or whatever lot number. Can you please confirm it's still here?
Okay.
And then they'll say, if it's gone, they'll say, well, I've got another one that's the same size or something.
Right. Yeah.
But I would confirm it first.
Yep.
And then you get the expression of interest off the client, send it off to the builder, and then the builder does the rest of the job for you. Really, they'll CC you into everything, and you'll know
where it's going.
Yeah, you'll know exactly when the contract's signed, because it's all DocuSign now. So you know when the contract's signed and everything's done. They'll give you a time frame when the commission is due. We'll put it all into the system. Yep. And then we'll invoice them as we go along.
Makes sense.
50% when it goes unconditional, and 50% when the slab goes down. If it's an apartment, it's normally we can invoice 100% of the commission straight away, or 75% straight away, and then they might give us 7 days till it all closes and it's all done, and then we can invoice the rest. Normally, with a single contract, property gets paid straight away the same week that you do the sale. With the house and land packages, it takes a couple of weeks for everything to sort itself out, and then it might be, if it isn't titled, you might have to wait a month or two for it to be titled, the slab to be poured. But in all honesty, at the moment, everything's sort of caught back up again, because we've come out of a property boom where the builders were sort of selling things in advance before they were even titled and or anything, because they'd run out of stock.
Right.
If they were going to do in the next 2 years, they sort of ended up selling it all in 6 months. So then they totally ran out of everything. But the thing is, the problem with that is the market changes and then the valuations don't stack up, and then they've got to add more money to it. And
Yep.
also the building material costs went up because of the demand. So again, they can't do a fixed price full turn key product anymore.
Right.
Now we sort of come out the other end of that, and it's stable now. You know, there isn't the sort of wait time, and there isn't the building material cost thing isn't an issue anymore. So we sort of come out the other end of it. But yeah, last year was, it was hectic. We had a few deals where the build cost went up by 15 grand or 20 grand or something stupid like that.
Oh.
And of course, the buyer is then throwing the toys out the pram over it, and they're not happy at all because they're like, well, you quoted this price and now it's gone up, and so yeah. And there's nothing we can do about it. Like, that's between the buyer and the builder, we're not.
That's correct.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. As I say, it's going to take me a while to get all the projects in your name and all the other new people's name.
Right.
But it isn't complicated. It's literally, the person inquires, you send them a little bit of information, speak to them again. If they want to go ahead and they've definitely got the finance sorted out, then you get the form done, send it off to the builder. The only other thing that comes into play is the finance brokers, because what we do is we send all the leads that we get through to finance brokers anyway, for them to check that the person's definitely got the finance. And then if they haven't got the finance, then they basically let us know. And then we'd let you know then that there's some sort of issue with them not having the finance. I mean, as soon as they find out they haven't got the finance, they go in for the kill anyway and try and get them a pre-approval straight away, and they don't mess around. So, but that's a good way for us to improve the conversion rate by having the finance brokers there in the background, especially if you're dealing with first-time buyers.
Right. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll do that 7-day course first, and then slowly then, because I can see some leads are under my name, so I'll start calling them and get the ball rolling, I guess.
Yeah, and you just try and use some of the scripts that we've got. I mean, probably the best advice I could give you is just have an open conversation with them and let them do most of the talking. So you ask them about what they're looking to buy, when they're looking to buy, and have they, have they organized their budget, have they got the finances, and that's it. And let them talk to you exactly about what they do. I did a training video where I did a conversation with somebody, and he just told me everything I needed to know. I just let him talk. So that's the best bet is, and they'll tell you everything under the sun. If they're keen to do something, they'll tell you everything. If they're standoffish, then don't bother with them. Move on to the next one. If they don't want to talk to you, or they're being funny with you, because you've got that many, you'll always have that many people to call. It'll be a waste of your time being funny with you.
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. Are you happy?
Yeah, happy. I'm really happy. I'm actually excited because I've already personally gone through House and Land. I've gone through auction side as well. So yeah, I'm personally excited to see. It's just that mattered, like, to get that one flow, to see that one flow, like get that one deal through, to get that end-to-end picture. But that will come with time.
I think don't put yourself under too much pressure to start off with. I would probably say to you, give yourself at least a month to get into it.
Yep.
To get through the phone calls and to, get an idea of everything. Because the other thing as well, because we work with that many builders and developers, there's a lot of different stock to learn about. You know what I mean? And we do try and keep the leads down to a certain geographical area. So if somebody's in New South Wales, we're trying to give them stock in New South Wales, trying to leads in New South Wales. But sometimes if it's gone, if we run something in WA and it's gone mad, for example, and we're getting loads and loads of inquiries, then we start dishing it out to everybody, because it's like, well, this has got to be dealt with, and if we haven't got enough people to deal with it in a certain location, then I've got to give it to somebody. And and certain areas are harder to recruit than others. Like we found that South Australia is quite difficult, and WA is quite difficult. Queensland dead easy because I'm based in Queensland. New South Wales not a problem. Victoria not a problem.
Yeah, true.
But those other areas are just finding good people is very difficult to keep them, you know. But here it's different stories. But the majority of the stuff comes through for Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales anyway. You know?
Yep. Yeah, because more developments happening and all that stuff, I think.
Yeah, I think there will be a bit of a boom in WA though, because the prices are so we'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I mean, as I say, if you get stuck with any of the developers or anything at all, you can always ring me whenever you want, and I'll talk through it and help you.
Sure.
You've got Meryl that will help you. If you need a white label brochure making up, Aaron will do that for you.
Sure.
Everybody's contact information's on the website, so you can look them up, see who's who and where they are, and you can either call them or send them an email, and they'll help you. If you want anything uploading on different websites, the main person that uploads everything is Leica, and she's based in the Philippines. So you can go her and say, "Oh, some stock's come in from this developer. Can you put it in my name and can you advertise it?" And she'll do it.
Okay, so that's fine. Yeah. And one last question, Guy. So if someone says to me on the first phone call that they don't have finance approved, then I straight away, so then I still get the going. Should I still get the going, or should I refer to the finance broker first and then?
I'd still go through the process, but
yep. Okay.
I'd go onto the finance part of our website and pick a broker that's near to you that you want to work with, and give them a call and say, "Look, I've got somebody who needs help." Alternatively, you can email Meryl and she'll get a broker. She'll pick a broker for you.
Sure.
What we're going to try and do is we're going to try and match the broker to the agent. You know, you'd work with Scott all the time, or Dennis or somebody, and they're just your go-to person that you ring up and talk about stuff like that. But
right.
Trying to figure out who's available and who's probably the best people to partner people up with, because I think we're going to have a lot of new people start in a very short space of time. So we've got to try and keep an equilibrium. We're going to match the finance broker with the agent.
Right.
They come on board kind of thing. So it's a bit of a balancing act between the two sides. But we're trying to get them to talk to each other a bit more, because you'll close more business if you've got a good relationship with a decent finance broker, because they'll help you to do the deal. They'll make sure that they get the finance and everything gets sorted out. Because there's a big difference between a good finance broker and a poor one. Poor one takes forever to do anything. The client misses the boat with buying the property because somebody else swoops in and buys it, and it's gone. And it's all because the finance broker was dragging their feet, or they were too busy, or what. So you've got to have a finance broker to help you.
Sure. No, makes complete sense.
Oh, cool. Are you happy with everything else? Is there anything else?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm really happy. And let's see how I go. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Could you do me a favor? If you've recorded this, can you send me a copy of it?
yeah, because no, it automatically records, but as soon as I get the recording, I'll send you the copy of this.
Yeah, because I'll add this into the training. Like every time I do a video with somebody, I try and put it onto either YouTube or something and put it into the training.
Right.
It makes life easier because you can rewind a video and watch it as many times as you want.
Yeah, makes sense.
It just tells you something and they're writing on a whiteboard or something, like, you know,
yeah,
take it all in all at once. Whereas you don't have to do that with a video.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but as I say, I think your average time for a sale, to give you an idea, is around about 2 hours. It's 2 hours of time. I worked it out. So you've got your initial phone call, sending the information, getting the form done, speaking to the builder, speaking to a finance broker, and sending everything off, and all the emails that go in between.
Yep.
It's about 2 hours of time to get a deal over the line, thereabouts. So
okay.
If we're charging 38 grand a go, it's about $19,000 an hour. So
yeah,
it's pretty good.
So 38,000 for $1 million. Yeah, that's what.
Say again.
38,000 for $1 million, right?
It depends on what it is. It depends on
Okay.
it depends on the developer. Some pay 5%, some pay 8% of what the property's worth. So they're all different. And the apartments, they
Makes sense.
pay a lot more money because it's a harder thing to sell. Just
Apartments. Yeah.
they're all different. I mean, the average is around about 38,500, something like that. But some of them add on a £5,000 bonus. Some of them they're trying to split it with another company or something. It's 20 grand. It just depends on who you do.
Depends. Yeah.
Yeah, it's normally going to be a decent amount of money anyway. Any way you cut it's going to be good. So
Yep. No worries.
Okay, cool. All right, mate. Well,
Cool.
if you need
No worries.
anything, give me a shout. But yeah, I'll
Sure.
need to get this so because I might be able to send it to somebody else that's new and go, oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'll send you the recording as soon as I get that.
Right.
Cool. No
Right.
worries.
I'll speak
Thank
to
you.
Thanks again.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers,
Bye.
mate.
Bye.